covers or work?
Anime?
Anime.
Mm, like a specific sort of property?
Let's say
Not
like
really, not for me.
Okay, well, why don't you, Aaron?
Me no, I have not. But that'd be cool. I mean, I'd be down. I just yeah, I haven't had that opportunity to do anything like that. So
Are there
You
a
guys
lot
watch
of
any
title?
anime?
Oh, I love anime.
Are you watching
Right
Attack
now-
on Titan?
I started. I tried to. I tried to
Oh.
watch it. Are you watching it?
Yeah, I'm on season like the last season right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it the last season of the series?
Yeah, season 4.
Okay.
So I heard that it's either 4 or 6 of this last season is like a game changer.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking forward to that.
This might show my age, but I'm kind of like into the like 90s anime movie stuff, like Ninja Scrolls and
Oh yes, yeah.
Vampire Hunter D and Akira and stuff like that. You know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
dude, Vampire Hunter D is legit. Yes.
The
That's a
original one
classic,
is
yeah.
legit.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, it's like it's hardcore. It's hardcore, dude. Like they don't mess around. It's crazy.
That's
Have
the
you-
guy with
have you-
the mouth on his hand. And
Yeah.
then-
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys have all seen like Ninja Scroll. And stuff,
Yeah.
That's
Ninja
my
Scrolls
favorite
and
anime.
Oh yeah.
Ninja
For sure.
Scroll's one of the
You
best.
sure? I thought it was like hentai was Ninja Scroll.
stuff.
Aaron, are you big on anime as well then?
Yeah, kind of. Like I'm not. I mean, I appreciate it. I don't really like watch it a ton, but I have like a ton of friends that keep telling me to watch. Oh, watch this one, and then like I feel like I'm just so like I barely watch movies or shows lately because I'm just so busy.
Right.
And like especially spending time with the family because I almost have my third kid on the way, so usually like if I'm not working, I'm like just hanging out with them or whatever, so I don't really have time to watch any shows, but it's something I want to do. I just like where do I use that little bit of extra time to sit down and
Looks
watch,
like the stream is back up.
It's totally
Yeah,
it's totally sacrilege, but I think the only way for me to consume any sort of media is when I work. And I know that that's kind of
Yeah.
like I know that a lot of people are like you're not really paying attention, but I'm like there's no other way. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I got to let it run in
Yeah,
the background
yeah,
and kind of
yeah.
occasionally glance at it, or else I'm
Yeah.
not consuming anything other than work and stuff. So
yeah.
But with anime,
Yeah.
there's just so much, and I think that's the other problem too. Is that I have a hard time taking English dubs. I prefer the full Japanese versions, but I can't read subtitles and work at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to be Japanese subtitles only, but I think the voice, the American voices, they've
Have gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
But
I'm
only recently. I think only over the last 20 years have they gotten better. Like I don't think you can watch like 70s, 80s, and 90s Japanese animation dub.
Mhm.
Rarely are you gonna get a good one from the 80s, but
I think
Yeah.
a perfect example of that is, and I'm not disparaging, it's just my personal opinion here, but like when you see Princess Mononoke, and then you
Mhm.
see the American version with Claire Danes and stuff like that, I'm like, it's hard, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
and you know what
Oh.
that the American version of Princess Mononoke, I didn't think it was that bad.
No,
But it should have been better as far as the English dub goes.
an English dub that's great is Spirited Away. Like
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I love that.
Solid.
I agree.
Solid.
AJ watches it too, but another one I think has got a great English dub cast is My Hero Academia. I
Yeah,
think they have a
yeah.
really good American voice cast or English voice cast for that show. So that's that one I would recommend to watch. That's a great show. I watched it with my son. He got me into it. So
Yeah, My Hero and Attack on Titan are the two that I'm watching right now.
I think the other thing about anime too, especially with anime series, is like I kind of feel like if you open the door, it's an avalanche because there's so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
and each one of these series has so much, like so many
Yeah.
episodes and stuff.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you guys a question here about between manga and comic books. So, from I don't read the mangas, but from what I understand, like the top books, like My Hero, Demon Slayer, they outsell like comic books like no other. Like in Japan, like it's in the millions. Why is it that American comic books can't sell as high as like manga when we have such a bigger population?
I just don't feel that it's ever been a respected sort of storytelling art form. I believe that in other countries, when you have picture books and things like that, there's a certain reverence to them that, is it's culturally okay. Do you know what I mean? And because of the fact that, especially in Japanese anime, they've told so many different stories in so many different genres. They have crime stories, they have horror stories, they have our straight anime mech robots and all those things, and then they have the more adult ones and things like that. And I think
Right.
that because of that, it encapsulates a lot of I think different age groups, whereas traditionally here it's perceived as for adolescent boys, that sort of thing. So it's changing, and I think that the American comic book art form is telling amazing stories right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think it's clear and evident too that the film industry and all these other sorts of entertainment media are mining those ideas from the comic book industry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think there needs to be a certain sort of I think representation for the comic book industry to say we are legit. Do you know what I mean? And this is a very well respected way of telling stories.
Right.
And
right.
I don't think that it's there just yet, but clearly the content is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
how much they get represented that way. Who knows at this point?
Mm-hmm.
You think it'll ever get to that point where it's respected the way that manga is in Japan?
I think that I think pop culture wise, we all love it, and we all love it for our various reasons. And I think that's part of the issue though too, is I think that because it tells these stories and we kind of escape.
What characters are you looking forward to work on 2021? Same question for Aaron.
Without giving too much away, right? I guess you guys can't give too. I don't want to find out that you guys are doing like a Godzilla book, and yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, without giving too much away.
Well, no. I kind of feel like that question it's hard to say, and I don't want to be that guy not answering the question too. But I feel very blessed to be able to just have these opportunities. So anytime anything comes across my inbox that or someone messages me and says, hey, can you do Godzilla to Joker to Superman or whatever it may be, I'm going to be like, yeah, I love it. And I also love the opportunity of like doing a lot of characters too that we don't have a lot of preconceptions about. Do you know what I mean? So then you can kind of just run wild to some degree, just let your imagination go and kind of visualize them the way that you kind of see them. And there's no sort of like, well, like with Deep Beyond, like who knows what that's going to look like, do you know what I mean? Or Radiant Black, and we can just kind of take the ball and run, as well as doing stuff that has a lot of history and tradition around it too. Those are fun too.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Aaron?
For me, like kind of piggybacking off of what John said, I feel like the same way, whatever opportunities come my way, I'm excited to, and I feel blessed just to have the opportunity. For this year, for sure, I want to do my first Marvel book. That's like, top of the list for me is to hopefully get a Marvel book. I think I'll be able to get it. It might be the end of the year or whatever, but that's definitely my goal. But kind of like what John said, like there's so much cool content coming out right now, like especially from guys like, even I just think of popped in the top of my head is with Image, and like what they're doing with crossover, and how like Image is wanting to create their own like superhero universe. And with Radiant Black, that's why I was really excited to have that opportunity, was because I don't know if this is true or not, or if this is rumored or whatever, but like that supposedly the Radiant Black character, he's going to be one of the faces or one of the main characters in the crossover universe if they combine Radiant Black with crossover. So I think it's really cool to be a part of what they're doing, and some of these other publishers besides Marvel and DC, like they're doing some legit stuff, and I think it's really cool to be a part of, and have my little take on what's going on with that. So yeah, I'm excited for the rest of this year, and what Boom's doing, and Image, and these other publishers are doing. So yeah, so hopefully that answers that question. But.
This was asked earlier. Who are you or planning to collaborate with this year?
If you can give us that answer.
Collab?
John has an NDA face on right now.
He does.
Aaron,
okay.
Aaron, it goes to you.
Who would you wish to work with? Writer
So
or
when you
artist?
John, do you want to go? I don't know.
Well, so
If you can't answer, it's completely understandable.
First of all, I don't like how you guys know me this well already. I really don't. I really feel a little bit, violated and stuff like that.
It's intrusive.
But
We love you, John. We love you.
we are working on something that's going to be kind of cool. But for all the good reasons, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is just yet.
We're excited. We know it. If you're on it, we're on it. That's all. That's all we need to know.
It's those secret projects that we like the most, because all of a
I
sudden
know.
P14 classified.
G14.
It's going to be the Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, to you then. Or do you have an NDA face on also? Hold on.
Well, okay. As of now, so I guess does that question, like, is it specific saying like with an artist, or is it like
No,
is it saying
not really
with,
specific.
with
It's like
anyone?
with anyone, or do you already have something planned? But
Oh, okay.
it's not
Okay.
it's
Well,
open-ended.
I have a couple things, but I'm not going to say anything right now. But
Ooh.
yeah, we shall see very soon.
See, those are the best answers. At least we don't know anything, and now we're like, okay, we want more. What's happening? What's going on? The fans are
Yeah.
like, why can't you just tell us? And then when the project drops, it's like, that's what they were talking
Like,
about on that
yes.
choppy show.
Yeah, dude, you got to build it up, man. You got to build it up.
Aaron, why don't we
That's what
team
it's
up?
all about. Dude, let's do it, man. Heck yeah.
There it is. There it is. We just
Right here.
we just
you
broke
heard
it right
live.
now.
You heard it
Live. You heard it
Yes,
here
John.
first. John,
Yes.
Aaron, possible tee up in the future.
Nice.
Hey,
We're going to make it happen.
I'm
We're
down.
going to make it happen.
Heck
I
yeah.
like it. That sounds amazing. I was just really hoping, honestly, that was like a wish of mine, that someone would say something along those lines of, hey, Aaron, hey, John, let's team up, and wish came true.
And then we were going to be like, well,
Yes.
as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Actually, next week you'll hear some news. So.
So the last Ronin number 5.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
Any other questions coming in, Red?
Nah, that's it. I mean, people are just saying that the feed is starting to stutter. So I
Okay.
think whatever coming out of E-Man's computer is just
Yeah, I think.
sputtering right now.
Yeah, it's.
But at least there's still,
Everyone is fed up.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Everyone's
yeah, it's
dropping like
up and
flies.
down, a lot of lagging.
Yeah, we lost about 3/4 of the crowd, but at least
Yeah.
People stuck around.
We have some.
We'll have to do Aaron and John part 2.
Yeah.
You know what?
Heck yeah.
Yes, I think I know what the issue is, and I'll be able to get it fixed for the. We are gonna do another one. We're gonna do another one. We're gonna do a better one, because fuck the beginning.
Get
of
off the
2021.
Pornhub.
That's what I was gonna say.
Get off Minecraft.
It's like he knows what the problem is, but he's not telling us. So we're like,
Exactly. Like, I know he's streaming it back there.
I'm sorry. What? What? Hold on. Wait. What? I'm not paying attention to you guys. I got something else going on over here.
oh boy.
Well,
I just didn't think they can bend like that. Okay, hold on. It's for I'm learning over here. Give me a second here.
All right.
No, just kidding. No.
Oh.
so it is 9:13 right now. Aaron and John, how much more time do you guys have with us? I know you guys got a busy schedule, so we don't want to take too much out of your time here.
I should probably get going soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could stay till like probably 9:30, like 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's just call it 9:30 then.
Okay. We've
All
got
right, cool.
15 more minutes. We can, if there's no other questions, we can kind of just bullshit around between the four of us, or I'm sorry, the six of us.
The four of us. They're staying. Keep them here, AJ.
Evan, just to confirm, you are recording this.
Yes, I am recording.
I hope so.
I'm
Yeah.
recording this.
Because after the auction, we had that little bit that didn't get recorded either.
Did we? We had something, but it was fixed. It worked out.
I'm not calling you out, E-Man, tonight. On any of your...
I'm not calling you out or anything.
It's
but,
all me.
Good job, tech guy. Way to go, IT.
Well, thanks everyone for showing up tonight. No, I am recording. This is recorded. We're gonna be able to put this on the podcast.
Oh yeah, we want to give a shout out to Lawrence Lee for winning that auction. By the way, I forgot the other two guys' names too.
Thank you again, Lawrence, for that, man. Red, what was the amount on that final day 3 Christmas Day auction? That was
Fuck if I know.
I think it was 48 that we raised.
total, yeah, for the Alameda County Community Food Bank, man. And that was
and
awesome.
I haven't gotten confirmed, but Kaiser matched up to a certain amount, right? Or
yeah, they matched 100% according to
whoa.
Yeah, they matched 100% of what we raised. So
nice.
we were to help out with a little
That's
bit more
cool.
than 8,000. So yeah, if it was successful last year, I think we're gonna need to do it again this year for sure. And I'm hoping our friend, not to put him on the spot, but maybe our friend Aaron Bartling may want in on some of that charity action.
You're gonna say since you're here, you're on the hook.
Yeah, we'll talk more. I don't want to put it in the
Yeah.
books just yet, but hey, just Inception, just put it there in the back of your mind.
Totally,
there, Aaron.
yeah.
Maybe the grand prize can be a like a jam sketch with you and the both of you guys on a single cover.
That's
Let's
an
screw that.
idea.
How about a night on the town? Just go out drinking with the guys. We'll go kick it out over like Orange County. Go drink. Go to the packing district.
Where in California are they going to allow us to gather at that point? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Everything is gonna be.
Yeah.
So you guys don't? Do you think
Did you
there's
guys hear
still?
that it got lifted today? You guys hear about?
Yeah, it got lifted
Yeah, it
today.
got lifted.
Outdoor dining now. You can do outdoor dining.
Back to.
Did you hear that though? They think that actually the outdoor dining, because they took that away, may have contributed to the numbers because everyone just gathered at their homes and stuff like that.
And I'd believe it. That makes a lot more sense.
could see that,
people aren't
yeah.
going out. Everyone was staying home. There was nowhere to go. So
Right.
yeah, I
Packed in.
think that definitely helped with lowering the numbers or making the numbers better, which way it goes.
Right.
Do you guys?
I got a question here. Either you work on or do want to work on Judge Dredd.
That would be awesome.
I'd be down. Heck yeah.
Dude,
That'd be sick.
back in the day, the Simon Beasley covers and stuff like that, dude, love that stuff.
Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, John, I got a question for you. This is going over to you, Aaron. Earlier, you brought up working on mechs. Is there a mech anime or any kind of like just mech in general that you would like to work on?
Yes. And it's not very well known. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's called 5 Star Stories. And it's by the creator is also the mech designer, Nagano. But and I know, like, when I say this, people are like, that sounds like the lamest shit ever. But like, they're mechs that are like they're knights, but they're
Huh.
you know, they're mechs and all that stuff. But
That's-
the designs are like amazing, and a lot of the models that they have, like the models truly show like how fantastical they are. Nagano was a fashion designer in Japan, so all of his stuff is very like flamboyant, and you know, things have like giant crests and things like that. So that's one that I would love to work on. And obviously growing up I loved Macross, so if I could do any Macross, I only know it as Macross, I don't know it as Robotech. So
Robo what? I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's Macross.
I'm being anime snobby here, but
What about you, Aaron? Is there any kind of mech that you grew up with, like Gundam or Robotech or Macross, that you might want to dabble in?
Dude, I think doing some Gundam would be pretty legit. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm like, yeah, I'm down to do anything really. Like, I'm just, whatever opportunities come, I'm usually pretty
I think-
excited about doing it, optimistic. So
There you
I
go.
think Gundam is a lot like Iron Man too. Gundam is one of those properties
Yeah.
that is like completely reinvented all the time. So
yeah,
you can really inject your own sort of creative vibe into
Yeah.
Gundam.
yeah.
Do you guys think there'll be conventions this year?
No.
No.
I think so.
I think, to be honest,
I
it's
think
going to
it'll
be,
another year.
yeah, it's going to be tough. I think. I would only want to do it if it's safe. To be honest, and I think, and I don't say that with like, you know, without the greatest hope and enthusiasm that they do come back. I really miss them. I really hope that they do, and stuff. You know, with our numbers going down and whatnot too, I think there's going to be that possibility. I think, you know, it's all in the news, but if we can get those vaccinations and stuff like that, you know, done quicker,
Yeah.
and whatnot, it will, I think, help to get us to a clearer picture at least.
So when we do get the conventions back, is there a possibility that you two will be on the same artist alley, or next? Do you have
Dude,
tables
I
next to
already
each
know,
other?
dude, I already know my plan this year, man. Like, literally going into 2021, like I did a little video. I don't know if you guys saw, like, it was on New Year's Eve or whatever, but that's like, if things do go back to normal, that's literally, besides Marvel, that's what my number one goal is, to go to as many conventions as I can. Like, that's like, and like, I've already talked to the Comic Mint, already wants to fly me out for a signing for MegaCon, which is supposed to happen in
Nice.
August. So if that goes
Nice.
down in August, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to do signings with them, and that's, heck yeah, man. I'm all about trying to do the conventions. So
So that means you've got a exclusive with them. I mean, there's an exclusive cover coming out with them.
We could assume there's something.
Yes, yeah, there will be a lot of new stuff with the Comic Mint this year. So
Right.
Awesome.
I'm borderline on the verge of doing like pretty much only exclusive stuff with Steven. So it's gonna get to that point. So
Yeah, Steven's
What do you
he's a good dude.
I love that guy, man. He's awesome. He is amazing. So
Well, do you guys like the con only exclusives and stuff?
I love him. I
Yeah.
love him. I'm not gonna lie. I buy him and I resell them because it pays for my convention.
Do they go for that? Do they go for that high?
If you
could.
if yeah, it could.
It could.
I mean, the last, not this past one, but the one the STC. What was it? 2018.
Mm-hmm.
20.
That the stuff I got paid for my trip.
Yeah, I
See,
watched that guy hustle
see,
the whole day.
this is for real. I personally would love to see an Aaron Bartling Something Is Killing the Children exclusive, and the same thing with John. I'd like to see your take on Something Is Killing the Children, just because those store exclusives a lot of them are amazing. And yeah, a lot of them, the value end up going up on them, but just a lot of them, just the art is amazing. I have like 3 of them, store exclusives. Yes, I can flip a profit, but they're honestly just absolutely gorgeous. to
Who
hold
worked on
to. One of them was Dan Quintana.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one of his, and yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, Jenny Friesen You know, Jenny's work is great. So it's I honestly would like to see one of you two, or both, not one of you two, both of you, to do a Something is Killing the Children, Aaron Bartling, John Jang exclusives for whatever story it is. Because I just
I'll tell you guys, I actually was working on a cover for it. Yeah,
but that was the sketch cover, right?
What does that mean?
I was, and I just to be professional, I can talk to you guys in private about it. But there was some complications, and I wasn't able to finish it. But hopefully down the road, that's like one of the titles I definitely want to work on again. But I was probably halfway through the cover, and then there were some issues that arose, and then I wasn't able to finish it, unfortunately. Man. So it's sitting on my computer. I have a Something is Killing the Children cover. So, but yeah, hopefully, dude, I would love to do a new one, and that'd be awesome.
Let's cross our fingers.
Hopefully
you can revisit that right there, man. I would love to see it. To be perfectly honest, I would love to see it.
Heck yeah.
How about any interior work for any of you guys? No interior work.
Covers is where it's at right now.
I'm slow as hell, man. Like,
you don't have to answer this, but I've heard that most artists would rather just do the covers because they don't have to deal with the deadlines as far as interiors. And
I don't know. I think it depends. Like, I think, I definitely think that if you get to a point where you can kind of do successful interiors and you're on a good roll with a title, you can actually create quite a following and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, interiors are, I don't know about Aaron, I can't speak for Aaron, but for me, interiors are a pain in the butt.
Dude, I was doing, there's a comic called The Bar. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It was an indie comic, but I was working as a colorist on that, and I sucked. I was so slow, kind of like I'm just not fast enough. I'm truly not fast enough, and I feel like if I did try to do interiors, I just don't know if I'd be able to meet the deadline. Because even with the color work, I mean, he was really happy with what I was doing color-wise, but for what he was expecting on a day-to-day basis for me to complete, I wasn't able to do it. And I was working on the cover work at the time, and it was I was trying to get commissions done and get covers done and meet the deadlines for the color work, and it was just I was not fast enough. So I think I already have a negative mindset going towards doing any interiors or color work or anything like that. But I mean, maybe if I got faster at it, then for sure I think I would like to maybe tackle it. But I think my speed needs to, because I'm relatively slow. I feel like I'm a pretty slow painter. So, and yeah,
don't say being a draftsman, slow. You take your time. There's a certain quality that has to be applied to an Aaron Bartling piece of work.
I think that speaks to the nature of the fact that even though it's a comic book and it's art that's on the cover or art that's in the interior, it's actually at times it can be quite different, right? I think that interior artists are actually, what you're seeing is actually a bit of shorthand. They're telling a great story, they're connecting with you, they're really kind of emoting the characters, and that's really what I think really what the charm is right there. And the real skill is. But to some degree it's still a bit of shorthand. Things are not fully rendered and detailed out and things like that, you know what I mean? Whereas a cover you can kind of just go crazy with the sort of real true illustrative quality of it and stuff. But yeah, interiors are, and to be able to do a 32-page comic book, it's
on a monthly basis. I mean, that's
on a monthly basis. That's insane.
And to go off of what John said, I feel like that's something I would struggle with, because like he said, it's you're telling enough without going overboard. And I think that's what I would struggle with is okay, where do you stop that rendering point? How much do I need to say and not go overboard? And then I think that's something I would struggle with, is finding that medium of okay, it's the quality is enough to tell what it needs to tell, and then I can move on from there. You know, and I think that's something that I would have a hard time with.
I think a good analogy sometimes that I use is, you know, like in visual effects for a movie and stuff. And when you have a very sort of like emotional moment in a movie, but then you have like just an amazing visual effect, which all of us would appreciate and love. But if it's executed at the wrong time and things like that, it just takes away from the emotional connection that is trying to be conveyed in that scene.
Right.
And I think that can also happen with, you know, panel work, is that you're like, wow, that panel is just gorgeous. But because of all that, it's actually taking you out of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, last question from Michael Pena here. Will you have a Last Ronin covers for issue 3?
If I had $1 for every time someone does, I love you, Michael. Michael's legit.
I know, I love him. I love it.
Michael is the man. Michael, you're awesome, bro. I love you, Battle. But I'll just leave unspoken. I won't say anything about that.
All right. Got to be political on these live streams.
Let's look. You know what,
Yeah.
Michael, hold on, Michael. Let's go ahead and wait for number 2 to drop, and
Yeah,
then,
let's
and
get
then we'll
two.
talk about
Yeah.
number 3.
Let's get
because-
2 out.
Let's get
and
2
then-
out of the way. How about that? Let's get 2 out
How
of the
about,
way.
I'll say this. If I can do all 5, absolutely, I will hands down love to do all 5. Am I going to be able to do it? At this point, I have no idea. But hopefully, yes, I will be able to do all 5. So.
All right. And John, do you want to say anything to that?
What do you anyways, if it happens, you know, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. I'm tapped for all of them, so if
right.
it happens, yeah, I'm already booked
Nice.
for all of them. So
All right,
Awesome.
IDW, you heard that. They're ready to go. They're ready to rock. They're waiting on you guys. I think that's what's happening. We're waiting. All of us fans, we need to know what the conclusion to the story is. Make it happen, IDW. Now the pressure's on you guys. There, see, I helped you guys out. I helped you a little bit.
All right, guys.
this is why we're on the show, because we have things we want to say, but we're not going to say it. You guys are.
See, we'll say it. I'll say it. I'll say it.
You
for
guys
you
can
guys.
speak through us vicariously.
All right, guys. I know it is now 9:30, so I know you guys got to get going. We want to thank you guys again for coming on the show for our first show for 2021. The next time we won't have as many hiccups. It'll be a little more streamlined.
It'll be a lot more streamlined, all right?
Cross your fingers.
The stupid tech guy, I think he took
That
the night
tech
off.
guy,
That's what
that
happened.
tech
That,
guy.
those tech
That
guys.
freaking guy. Jeez.
That
Support
guy's
didn't,
fucking fired.
support didn't work tonight. Those guys failed us.
Damn it, Comcast.
You're fired.
God, fired. Oh man.
We want to thank all our listeners that watched the live stream when they could.
There's,
But don't
there's
worry.
still 7 left.
All 2 of you, thank you. All 2 of you, thank you.
See, all 2. See, he has faith that we had 2 people with us.
Don't worry.
They're the
Thank you,
hardcores. We love them. We love
Yeah,
them.
this will be posted on
Thank
the regular iTunes podcast. But before we let you guys go, if you
You
guys
should
can
mention though that the podcast will have the full show. So anything you missed, it'll be on the
Yes.
podcast.
that is
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna edit out whatever, you know.
E-Man said.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Like I said, look, it's the beginning of the year. We just woke up from a nap. Look,
Yeah.
we're gonna get it right, okay?
Yeah.
Aaron and John, do you guys want to plug your socials so that people can follow you? Also, if anyone is requesting, are you guys open for commissions right now?
Aaron, go ahead.
So socials, Facebook is pretty much my go-to. I'm on IG too, but I'm not as active as I should be. But Instagram is Aaron Bartling Art. And then Facebook is just my name. I have two. If you put in the search bar for Aaron Bartling, there's one that's my art page, and then there's one that's my personal. So you can follow me on either of those. And then I am on Twitter. Not super active on there, but it's just Aaron Bartling as well. But yeah, and then as far as commissions go, yeah, feel free to shoot me a message, and I can put you on a list for. I'm a little busy at the moment, but yeah, heck yeah, I'd love to do some more stuff for people. So,
Awesome.
John, over to you.
Yeah, if you do a search for John Jang Art, all of my social media pages will come up. Primarily on Facebook, but I also do have the Instagram. And if you go to my website, www.orbitalharvest.com, you can also link to all of my social media pages and see my movie credits and, all of that stuff too. So yeah, shoot me a line. Currently my commission list is pretty packed. So I'm closed at the moment, but hopefully it'll open up soon.
So you say
All the people who are waiting on commissions are like, don't you open that list.
Say no,
Don't
say
you
no,
dare.
say no, say no.
Thank you and sorries too as well.
Bang bang, Jang Gang. Don't forget the Jang Gang on Facebook.
Yes.
Remember some good guys over there.
And you guys can follow us. We have two separate Instagrams, the C-List Villains and then the C-List Villains podcast Instagram. You can follow Red on Instagram at C-List Villainous Red.
Don't follow me.
Okay, don't follow him.
Now bombard him and follow him.
You can find Luke Weeks
Guys
at
are
Luke
creepers.
Weeks. And make sure you join his Facebook comic book group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. I finally got that right.
Nice.
After
Nice.
6 months.
6 months.
That whole time we were doing those auctions, I was like, what's the name of his thing again?
Rare first
PWH.
appearances.
You can find E-Man on Instagram, C-List E-Man.
Yes.
And I am AJ the Comic Collector. Again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in. And this is the first of 2021. We've got a lot of other guests coming in stores. So please stay tuned to us. Oh, and E-Man, you want to plug our next episode?
Next episode, actually, we're going to be guests on Thursday, January 28th, live on YouTube, Team Nerd Herd. We're going to be on the Team Nerd Herd podcast for their mail call. So Thursday, January 28th, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. Follow Team Nerd Herd. Those are the guys right there. Good guys. Don't follow them now. Follow them.
And then we'll be posting up on Craigslist for a new web designer, or not web designer, engineer, IT guy.
Yeah, because the other guy's a jerk. He doesn't know what he's doing.
And make sure you follow us on My Free Cams and
And OnlyFans.
and OnlyFans.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't look for us.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
This was so fun.
Deuces.
Thank you guys.
See you guys.
Peace.
Later.
Good night.
Thanks again
Yes.
for listening
Yeah.
to another
Follow up.
episode of the C-List Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email
Hold on,
us
let
at
me do the ending.
clistvillains
Let me do the
at
ending.
gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join
whole
Luke
feed
Leaks Facebook group, Rare
doing the
Keys
thing.
and First
Right.
Appearance Comics.
Oh, you
and
guys
you can
got kicked
follow
off
us
of YouTube?
on
Is that
our
what you're
2
saying?
Instagram
No,
accounts,
that's doing the
C-List Villains
whatever
and
video.
C-List Villains
We're
podcast.
doing our closing.
Lastly, follow the villains
Yeah.
on their separate IG
All
accounts.
right, we're good there.
At Luke Weeks,
just one
at C-List
question before you
Villainous
guys
Red,
leave.
at
And I didn't want to
C-List
ask
E-Man,
on the air,
and
but
I am at
is it
AJ
weird
the
to
Comic
have
Collector.
like
Thanks for listening,
guys
and we'll see
as
you all
fanboys?
next episode.